Hey guys, today we're going to level up our taste buds, or are we?
Today we are doing a bourbon sampling. This is a late Christmas present I got from a coworker of mine. We got 3 mini bottles. We got a tasting sheet. Each tasting sheet shows our 1, 2, and 3rd pick itself. And in each tasting sheet, which you'll see now on the B-roll, that says bean, bullet, or Michter's. We don't know if it's small batch. We don't know if it's rye. I have no idea. Buddy Kevin sent it to me. I'm like, look for the paper. On the other side of the paper, it gave me a nice letter of what to do. I guess this is his yearly Christmas present. And got it afterwards. He got a baby, so congrats on that baby.
Yeah.
We got some bourbon cups. By bourbon cups, we actually got
communion cups.
Communion cups. Yeah. Well, Jesus' first miracle was turning water into wine.
Yep.
So it's close enough to whiskey.
We'll go with that.
Get a pencil, a Glencairn glass. If you're doing whiskey, that's what we got. We actually have our mini Glencairn glass.
The mini.
The wee whiskey.
The wee whiskey glass.
And then between whiskey, sip water, a small piece of chocolate. We're experts. We know what we're doing here. And chase the temps and then guess the origin of each sample. If you'd like, take notes on what you taste and smell. Vanilla, fruits, oak, leather, peat, etc. Afterwards, open the envelope. That envelope is right here. It's just one envelope for all 3 samples, so we won't do that till the end.
Sounds good.
And yeah, let's get to it.
Yeah, rock and roll.
You're gonna start with number 1 there?
Yeah, this is sample number 1, guys. We don't know what they are. Again, it's either bean, Michter's, or bullet. Give it a little flavor here for you, Steve-O.
I like these tiny glasses. They're really nice.
Yeah, come in handy. All right. Cheers, buddy. I have a feeling I know what this is. Right off the nose.
I mean, I haven't had bean Michter's or bullet in a while, so.
It's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be.
Got a pen for you and a pen for me. Traditional caramel.
It's a pretty standard bourbon.
Pretty standard caramel.
Yeah.
Slight bacon spice. No cinnamon to it.
None.
Nice and smooth. Definitely low proof for sure.
Yeah, that's a lower proof. It's got a little bit of bite on the back end. Kind of lingers around a little bit.
So I'm gonna write down mine.
Go for it.
Circle.
What are you thinking?
I'm going to go for. I think bean is what I'm gonna go for that one. I don't know which bean it is.
So I'm actually gonna break from this and go bullet.
What I remember from bullet is bullet being a little bit more spicier, and but again, we don't know which bullet it is.
No, we don't. That's
the bullet. If I drink anything bullet these days, it's usually just a cast drink.
All right, buddy. So number 2 on the list. Let's go and pour it.
So this is our second one. So for me, it's either going to be bullet or Michter's. I think these little samples, little samples here.
See what we think here.
Don't have to commit to it completely. Oh, a little higher ethanol on the nose there.
Yeah, a lot.
From nose, I want to say bullet for me.
You know what? I haven't had the Michter's in a long time.
I haven't had it in a very long time. I've been drinking the high price stuff lately.
Yeah.
Like the Elmer T. Elite.
It's a little more raw, I would say. Still has a good note. A little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel in there.
Ooh, I don't know. Smell, I was going to say bullet. Taste, I might say Michter's. That's a hard choice for me.
You got to remember, too, the Michter's is not like the toasted barrels or any of those.
And also the Michter's, we don't know which one it is.
We don't.
Which makes it really hard. It's not a full blind, but we do have the list
Similar in proof, though.
The bullet and the Michter's.
No, I'm saying whatever we drank the first time and whatever this is very similar in proof.
I would say both are under 100 proof for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got mine.
What are you thinking?
I'm going Michter's. I really don't know. I mean, the envelope's still sealed. This is a true blind here. Our first blind of the...
Yeah, I'm going beam on.
Yeah.
I'm going beam on.
I think for it being our first blind and with this thumbnail I created for level up or taste buds, I think that might be our go-to for blinds. All of our blinds, thumbnails will be all game oriented.
What I really
like that.
I do like that. But what I really think about this so far is they're all very similar in proof. They're all, from what I know, a straight bourbon, and none of them has stand out. Now, if I had to pick one that I like the most out of this, I'm going to go with the first one out of the 2 so far.
Well, you didn't say your second guess yet.
Well, I'm hoping this is better.
Wait, what do you think it is right now?
Bean. I think it's the bean.
Bean?
Yeah, I do. I think
So
it was
you
lighter
think-
in flavor and lighter in proof. So number 3, better shock and all me to be the Michter's. But you gotta remember, a Michter's, guys, is still a $25 bottle.
Yeah.
It's not an expensive bottle. I think it's like $30, $35, $40. But it's not an expensive bottle, a standard Michter's. You know, we get confused with the toasteds and all the weird
The
ones.
mash, it was small batch, or it's the rye. They have another one too. I forget the other one.
Oh man, I gotta change my answer.
No, you can't. We committed.
I already know. I think
You
I
put your
have-
bet down already.
No, I think I have an idea. I going off the nose.
Well, it's hard.
It's a stiffer drink. I want to switch.
What do you want to switch to?
I want to switch the Bullet and the Michter's because I think the number 1 was the Bullet.
Oh, I'm just going with what I have left. Is want to go for it and say this is the Bullet.
I think this is the Bullet. So
That's what I've written down. Bullet.
Michter's is 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. So Michter's 1, Bean 2, Bullet 3. That's what I'm gonna go. That's why I went with number 2. But God only knows. All these have such a similar profile, you really can't tell. And they're all a similar proof point.
Blanton's have straight from the barrel.
Yes.
We're just doing straight from the bottle.
Straight from the All right, well,
I need a second thing with the Michter's to taste that one more time.
go ahead and crack the envelopes.
Crack
Steve-O.
the envelope.
Let's. I'm gonna have one of these chocolates while we do that.
How do you do that? Yeah. Writing there. That's a whole lot of writing.
A lot of writing.
5 minutes later. Wow.
Somebody went hard.
That's hard. Well, maybe they just copy and paste it.
All right, surprise me.
Number 1, what'd you say it is?
I said Michter's.
And what did I say?
I believe you said it was. I don't remember what you said.
It was Beam.
Is it the Beam?
It is the Beam.
Oh wow.
Members of the Beam family have been distilling for over 7 generations, covers leading distillers in the U.S. Blah, 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 blah,
Gotcha.
blah.
It's not. It wasn't as complex as I thought, but it was the smoothest out. Number 2's got to be the Bullet.
Number 2 is the Bullet.
Okay, so I thought it was the Beam.
So I said Michter's, you said Beam. So number
So
2.
I was-
Number 2 is the strike off then.
You know what? I was sad because I was right on the Michter's on the third.
You're right for what?
Michter's
You
should have
didn't
been
put anything
no.
down. You
Michter's,
didn't write it down.
no, Michter's should have been the 3rd.
Michter's should
But
have been
this
third.
was so much smoother.
It was
than
so
the
much
Michter's.
smoother. That's why I thought it would be the Jim Beam, and the third
Yeah.
was the Michter's itself.
Yeah. So I was opposite.
So the first one is just Jim Beam. They're straight bourbon.
Mhm.
Second was the Bullet, which I don't know. I got the more of a bite from the third one,
I
which
did
is
too.
the Michter's.
I did too.
And that Michter's is just the small batch. So
Yeah, the small back Michter's, guys, is like comparable with the Beams and the other, $30 to $50 bottles of bourbon.
yep, it says it creates a softer and sweeter flavor.
I didn't.
I
taste
didn't
that.
really get that softer.
No,
and sweeter flavor. I got more that bite.
I got the softer and sweeter off number 1, which was the Beam.
And I feel like it's definitely was the Bullet was definitely, or not the Bullet, the Michter's for that number 3 was definitely had that robust thickness bite to it.
All right, so out of these 3, Steve, which one would you want to take?
If I just
I have an answer.
take a bottle,
Yeah, if you're going to take a bottle of it, which one would you purchase?
Bullet's one of the first bottles that got me into whiskey.
Yeah.
But I only drink the cash drink these days.
Yes.
Beam is such a solid bottle. Great, smooth, easy drinking, typical bourbon flavors.
Yeah.
The Michter's, I thought it was the Bullet. So the Michter's and Bullet, I think, are on par for me.
Okay.
So I think Beam would be my number 1, that lower proof, but still get the caramel notes from it.
At the low proof point on these, surprisingly enough, I would definitely go with the Beam. Number 1 took the thing with me. I thought it was the Michter's because the Michter's is a higher class bottle, supposedly. But the Beam actually stood out for me. Had a sweeter finish, more of an upfront, pop than the Michter's did. And the Bullet was a little bitey for me, but the Michter's was even more bitey.
With that said, what my goal is this year is to chase after a little bit more Beam products. So maybe this is the year we get some Bookers. Maybe Bookers this year from Bookers last year.
Yeah.
Or maybe some other Beam stuff as well.
Yeah.
If you have any samples that you think you want to send us in any fashion, completely blind or with hints, feel free to reach out to us on the socials, and we'll see you guys next time. And
Explore the goodness, guys.
cheers, see you next time.